Good evening. The new Chief Constable has described the security cameras recently installed in Belfast city centre as a real success. Mr Ronnie Flanagan, addressing the police authority this afternoon, revealed that the system known as CCTV had resulted in almost an arrest a day. He said there'd been very significant detentions relating to assaults, car thefts, muggings and drug dealing. He also revealed a 34% drop in reported drugs offences compared to last year. Hopes of a settlement in the 3-day hospital strike have been dashed. The dispute involves 5 hospitals. Both sides, the health union Unison and the ancillary workers employer Compass, met today at the Labour Relations Agency, but the talks broke down.
As Unison and Compass prepared to meet at the Labour Relations Agency today, the acrimony between the two sides worsened. Compass claimed their staff were being intimidated for crossing picket lines and said they'd seek a court injunction if Unison didn't give guarantees about sticking to guidelines.
I've just been on the Downpatrick site and it took me almost 10 minutes with a colleague to get into the site. Obviously they're not abiding by the guidelines. After this meeting, which is a different issue this meeting, we're going to be reviewing the situation with our council and if necessary we'll proceed. But let's separate it out from what we're doing here. We're here to talk to them sensibly about trying to find a settlement. We will still follow through on the intimidation issue. It's absolutely unacceptable what's happening at the minute.
Well, the trusts are hiding the fact, the company's hiding the fact, but the contracts are collapsing. And I think this was a stunt pulled for 2 reasons this morning. One, to draw attention away from the collapse and produce an alibi for it. And secondly, to try and derail us. But we're here in good faith. We have a responsibility on behalf of our people out in those picket lines and the patients and the residents they look after to get a settlement to this dispute. We're going to try all we can to do that.
There's been a dramatic fall in the unemployment figures. They're now at the lowest for 15 years and the monthly decrease of almost 3,500 is the biggest drop ever.
It's the biggest single drop in unemployment recorded here, and the jobless figure is now at its lowest in 15 years. The figures for September show there were 85,800 out of work, but for October there was a remarkable drop to 82,500. The total percentage unemployed now stands at 10.7%. Normally there is a drop at this time of year, but this one is particularly big. The government clearly welcomes the news, is a bit surprised itself, but suspects it knows why.
Well, we always expect it to drop in October, but this is significantly larger than anything else we've seen. So we've never felt that 1 month gives you a full picture ever. We are looking at this very closely, and I think there might be some relationship between the fact that we've had over the past 2 months 800 phone calls to the fraud line, that we really are beginning to reach those people who've been riding on the backs of the people doing it right and taking that cost off.
And the Job Seekers Allowance?
Job Seekers Allowance has only been in place for 4 days when we measured this set of unemployment. It may well have made people realise there aren't such things as easy rides at the expense of others.
A 40-year-old man arrested on the back of the Lisburn Army headquarters bombing is to appear in court tomorrow. The charges he'll face include possessing documents and also recording information which may be useful to terrorists. 2 other men detained along with him a week ago are still being questioned. Another 3 IRA prisoners have been transferred from mainland Britain to Portlaoise jail in the Republic. The trio, all from Dublin, had been serving lengthy sentences. A spokesperson for the Justice Department in Dublin said the remainder of their jail terms would be enforced in accordance with the laws and regulations applying to sentenced persons in the Republic. Well, that's the news. Now sport. Here's Stephen Watson.
Thank you, Kate. Dungannon Director of Rugby Willie Anderson is expected to be confirmed as the new London Irish coach tomorrow. Anderson will fly to England to sign a lucrative contract, and a press conference to announce his appointment is scheduled to take place at Sunbury. And Ulster will be without their 2 London Irish internationals for the match against Australia at Ravenhill this Saturday. Out half David Humphreys and lock Jeremy Davison are needed for a Courage League game against Wasps. Stuart Lang and Gary Longwell are recalled. And the touring Aussies, who arrive in Belfast on Thursday, today beat Connacht 37 points to 20. And Connacht under-21s were defeated by New Zealand under-21s 62-13. Well, it's a mid-Ulster final in the George Wilson Cup. Glenavon reserves will play Portadown reserves at Seaview next Wednesday. Tonight, Glenavon defeated Crusaders 2-1. Sandy Fraser scored the winner, and Portadown beat Glentoran 1-0. Mark Porter with a goal in the 88th minute. And Northern Ireland's World Cup goal scorer against Germany was sent off tonight playing for his club. Bolton captain Jerry Taggart was red-carded for violent conduct in the 3-1 league defeat by Birmingham. Netball, Northern Ireland lost the first of their two-match international series against Jamaica tonight. The final score 61 goals to 46, and the teams meet again tomorrow at Maysfield Leisure Centre in Belfast. Finally, sweeping changes to this year's Circuit of Ireland rally were announced tonight. The organisers have responded to complaints from drivers that the event is too long by halving the road mileage for next Easter's 4-day event. The rally will also be based in just the top half of Ireland, with 5 spectator stages included. That's the sport, Kate.
Thanks, Stephen. And finally, some news just in. A move by Ulster unionists to make the province a special case as far as the BSE crisis is concerned has been defeated by one vote at Westminster. That's it tonight. Good night.
And now the UTV weather. Meeting the needs of local people with a progressive Northern Ireland's Building Society.
For the start of the night, cloud and rain will spread southeastwards through the province with light to moderate westerly winds, everywhere cloudy. By the end of the night, there will still be further spells of light rain and drizzle, and also the winds will pick up from a northwesterly direction. A mild night though, with lows of only 6 degrees. It'll be a damp and overcast morning with further outbreaks of light rain and drizzle through the province, and by the afternoon there will still be some low cloud for eastern counties, but some brighter weather will spread into the north and west. A mild day, highs of around 11 degrees. Now for the summary and a reminder of the weatherline number.